Introducing YSL Trump, aka President Donald Trump, who's in a bit of a pickle with the rumored RICO case swirling around him in Atlanta, led by fierce District Attorney Mrs. Fani no-nonsense Willis. It seems YSL Trump and the gang attempted a magical spin on the 2020 Atlanta election results, and now Mrs. Willis is gearing up for a grand jury showdown next week.
Is preparing for a potential indictment of former President Donald Trump and his allies for attempting to overturn the 2020 election.
They might just land Trump in an executive exclusive suite at the Rice Street Hotel, aka Fulton County Jail.
Aging Hulk, Fulton County's jail in northwest Atlanta, that no sheriff or county commission over the years has been able to fix, despite their best efforts, where thousands of people at a time who have been arrested but not indicted and not convicted sit in squalor, including LaShawn Thompson, who died last year in this cell, reportedly covered in bedbugs, his mental health issues ignored and untreated. All of that now has the U.S. Justice Department.
But hold your horses, folks. In true Donald Trump fashion, he's not just sitting around twiddling his thumbs. Nope, he's got his finger on the pulse of those Atlanta streets, and he's throwing shade like a pro. The latest scoop, a rumor that's been bouncing around the city faster than a freak at a cut party. Mrs. Willis allegedly had a very personal, lights dimmed, romantic ballad playing in the background kind of relationship with none other than the deceased Inglewood family blood Big Nut.
And I probably have another one. They say there's a young woman, a young racist in Atlanta. She's a racist. And they say, I guess, they say that she was after a certain gang and she ended up having an affair with the head of the gang or a gang member. And this is a person that wants to indict me. She's got a lot of problems, but she wants to indict me to try and run for some other office. What's going on in this country is, and by the way, wants to indict me for a perfect phone call. This was even better than my perfect call with Ukraine. Remember that call? That was a perfect call. This one's better. This one is more perfect. I challenge.
Yes, you heard that right. It's a case of he said, she said, and Big Nut's controversial death is here to provide a juicy details. So whether it's a RICO case or a case of mistaken identity, one thing's for sure. Atlanta's got drama, scandal, and a whole lot of lemon pepper wings. Stay tuned. Now, President Trump is dishing out hot takes like a chef at a comedy roast. He like, hey there, DA, Fani Willis. Rumor has it that you was harmonizing with Big Nut while wearing a wedding ring. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Is that your secret weapon against YSL? Talk about mixing business with pleasure. And speaking of secret weapons, if I were Young Thug, I'll be putting on my tap dancing shoes right now hoping that Trump gets in office. And the reason I say that is just to get him out of that legal jam that he's in right now. Just in case he ends up blowing trial, I'd want Trump back in office pronto, ready to whip out the same Kodak Black special, that golden ticket to freedom. Yes, even Thugger wants a piece of the pardoned action. But let's swerve back onto the narrative highway where Mrs. Willis seems to have her hands full. And that's not just with the RICO drama, but they're saying that she's also playing musical chairs as an attorney. You see, she was YSL Mondo's legal representation back in the day.
Willis lady. Fani Willis lady. That was just my lawyer. Got proven facts for this. Everybody, this I know everybody don't think.
So wait a minute. Yeah, Fani Willis, was she the prosecutor?
She's a DA lady.
Yeah, the DA. The
this
DA was your attorney at one point in time.
Yes, this before she returned to be with the last case I just fought. I had just got out of jail.
Yeah.
I had just got out of jail. The last case I just fought. I was the last case she was doing before she turned to being the DA.
So she switched sides.
And now it's looking like Mondo conveniently snagged some charges in the neighboring Cobb County. Gang charges at that.
From Mondo Crenshaw, who raps under the name YSL Mondo.
You know, YSL Mondo's been all over social media talking about how he and hip-hop superstar Young Thug were the co-founders of Young Stoner Life Records. He is charged here in Cobb County, and next month he's expected to be inside that courthouse to face a judge. Mondo Crenshaw is in some serious trouble after investigators arrested the 31-year-old on multiple drug, gun, and gang charges stemming from an arrest last month. In fact, this is an exclusive look at what investigators investigators.
Talk about picking up legal souvenirs, which further does make her look a little funny in the light, I cannot lie. But let's get back to Trump's masterclass in discrediting Fani Willis. You see, he's basically like a magician pulling a rabbit out of a hat, or in this case, exposing some dirt and causing enough confusion to make Houdini proud. Sure, he might catch a defamation lawsuit, but let's face it, the guy's got more money than anybody. Taxes, who needs them? Meanwhile, Mrs. Willis isn't taking Trump's accusations laying down. She's out here sending emails to her team. She's calling cap for those accusations just like a champ.
After launching a racist, sexist, and perversely pornographic attack yesterday on Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, Donald Trump has now put some of that lying attack language in a television ad that he intends to run for several days in Atlanta. District Attorney Fani Willis sent an email about the attacks on her to her staff today saying, "It is my understanding that an ad was put in the Atlanta market to run between today and August 13th that will have derogatory and false information about me as the district attorney. You may not comment in any way on the ad or any of the negativity that may be expressed against me, your colleagues, this office, in coming days, weeks, or months. You should feel no need to defend me. I am not concerned with the calls, emails, or ads, and you should not concern yourself with them. Your instruction from me is to ignore all the noise and keep doing your job with excellence."
But you know, she's all more dedicated into giving YSL Trump a run for his freedom now that he's trying to defame her character. In conclusion, I personally believe that Mrs. Fani Willis is very ambitious, but she may be overly ambitious. She's using a lot of the money from the city and their resources just to put YSL away, and there hasn't been one juror selected in Thug's case, and it's been 8 months of jury selection thus far. How long do we expect the trial with Trump to last if they can't even get young Thug's trial straightened up? And as far as for Trump, well, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. He's gonna always spread misinformation, like most political figures. Lying is part of the game, but Trump just does it better and funnier. And like Tory Lanez, he gonna maintain his innocence, go to jail, maybe, and maintain it some more. So buckle up, folks, cause this drama train is rolling on some seriously twisted tracks, and it's one heck of a ride. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, like, share, comment, hit that notification bell. We out, baby. Boom! BigJusLaFlare.
It's him.